I want to actually go back to when you were in the academy, and I want to ask you, what were you? Can you kind of picture yourself as an 18-year-old and the mindset you had in an academy to try and stand out? So there's always there's a bunch of athletes that are going to be going into academies, and there'll be people listening to this, or young people that will be listening to this, that might be either trying to get on an academy, in one. And so what is it that do you think helped you in those settings, in those academy settings, youth development settings, that helped you stand out from others?
Yeah, do you know what? It kind of goes back to what you're saying. Like the turning point was, or when I realised when I could make it professional, that was getting the opportunity at Queen's Academy when I probably really shouldn't have. They're taken a punt on me with a lot of guys that were in rugby playing schools like Millfield. So they're kind of taking a punt on me. As soon as I got that opportunity, I went from someone who's could do a bit of rugby, had some skill, to someone that understood what an unbelievable opportunity it was for someone like me, especially, and how like I was going to make sure that I didn't let anyone outwork me, and miss out on this amazing opportunity that I had because I wouldn't have another chance. Like I was like unknown compared to people in my academy group who, like Chris Robshaw, was at Millfield School, was rugby playing school, well known, played England 16s, 15s, 18s, whatever. And yeah, I played a bit of county and came from a sixth form college that did a bit of rugby and not rugby playing school. So I literally was like, there's no way anyone's going to outwork me. So as soon as I went in, I was like, who's working hardest? And it was Chris Robshaw. Go back to him again. He was the one that stood out in terms of work rate. So I was like, right, what's he doing? Okay, I'm going to try and better that, and then do it for the backs. So he was forward, obviously. So then I'll be like, right, I'm going to be the Chris Robshaw of the backs. And he stood out because of that, and I stood out probably because of that. So I turn up an hour before we start with the academy. Back in those days, we wouldn't be with the first team at all in the first year or two. So we would come in the afternoon, and I was commuting from Salisbury to Aldershot, where some guys lived in the academy. So I would turn up like an hour early, get the rugby balls off Colin Osborne, the academy coach, and go and do kicking or whatever on my own. And then actually a couple of other lads in the academy realised what I was doing and came and joined me, which was actually a bit better because you had someone to do it with. But, just doing little things like that, try and make myself stand out that way. And then I think my competitiveness made me stand out. So I going back to this opportunity I had, I was going to fight unbelievably hard. Like I was not going to let anyone take it away. So I think that stood out. So the way I play now still is very competitive in people's faces. Don't back down, which is probably quite unusual for fullback, which is probably why I'm quite a Marmite player. But very early on, I realised that's the way I needed to be to make sure I got the best out of myself for this opportunity, but also, not probably realizing at the time maybe stood out, maybe stand out. And coaches like that, you're not going to back down. You're going to fight to the death, not always in a physical way, but never give up, in fitness, in drills, in contact skills. And I think then that rolled on to being one of my super strengths as a player in the first team and with England and things like that. So,
hey, if you've enjoyed that video, then you can click right here to watch the full unedited version of that episode. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel by clicking the button below. I'll see you soon.